Welcome, collective, to another Divine Masculine reading. It sounds so stage. If you guys resonate, then you know what it is, okay? If you want something more specific or personal, you can just find me at my website and we can get to your booking, okay? Now, I will say this though, it's been a while since I've done a Divine Masculine, a Divine Feminine reading. I do readings on my channel when it's spiritually led, so you won't be seeing things on anything I do where it's gonna be like staged based on schedule. For instance, how a lot of people, they do back-to-back Divine Masculines and Divine Feminine readings, and it's not even towards the divine counterparts, it's not even towards the twin flames. It's just regular smuggler peoples, you know, regular smuggler soulmates, and that's all good. But you know, at the end of the day, we need to tune in and be mindful of what energy is rightfully to each and every one. Okay, there are karmics, that's real. There are soulmates, there are divine masculines that are unhealed. Some might reference them as karmic, twin flames. Each to one's own, I guess, when it comes to that one. And then there are unhealed divine feminines, because people tend to forget that as much as the masculine energy can do wrong, so can a feminine, okay? It takes two to play the game of love, okay? Yeah, I'm a little bit extra today. I feel like I need to be, and this could be the flavor, the energy of your divine masculine as well. They could be a little bit extra, like to do things for show. They could be quite flamboyant. They could seek and want attention a lot, make things known. At the end of the day, they're gonna get that recognition or praise, okay? This could be the vibration that your divine masculine is on. And I will say this out, I almost forgot. If you know your twin flame, aka divine masculine, aka your divine counterpart, aka the one where divine universe, God, creator said that's your person, that's your person. Everything else that you tune into for reading wise, it should be viewed as confirmation, okay, if that makes sense. Nobody can tell who your person is unless you get that confirmation first, whether physically or spiritually, okay? And I will say this, it goes both ways. A little insight on love and energy and people. You know when you know, even if there's insecurities, even if there is confusion, even if they don't take off all the lists and you don't know the entire future to 100%, somewhere deep inside, okay, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, they will know, and they will know that you know that you know that they know, okay? Sorry guys. A disclaimer though, I know there are peoples, I do know quite a few twin flames, okay? Some of them have been waiting for their person for quite a while. I'm talking about years. Now, everybody has a different type of timeline when it comes to reunion, okay? If you have the stamina to wait for your person for years, then that is your journey. If not, I always advise to the concept of, if it's not in alignment with how you are and the wait, then things will shift for you. It will shift, okay? Everything that's hidden will always come to light at the end of the day. Is there such thing as a secondary twin flame? Yes, when your twin flame doesn't fulfill the mission. It's that simple. If they're not aligned with the mission and the purpose, if you want somebody new, you will get sent somebody new. It's that simple, okay? And then you just have to deal with the other one if that's supposed to be in another lifetime, okay? Emphasis on reincarnation. I feel like I would talk about that more so in depth on the Aquarius upcoming, I believe it's the new moon, okay? It could be the new moon or the full moon. Don't quote me on that, but I will go more in depth because I got a few messages in relation pertaining to like reincarnations and a whole full backstory, okay? So for those that are on that journey and resonate with that concept, see you there. But until then, you are my queen to be, collective. This is how that divine masculine is feeling. You are my queen to be, okay? I know that was a lot, but I feel like I need to break it down, you know? Because at the end of the day, we are still in this human flesh and we still have our mental health to be consciously aware of what we take in, to be aligned for our highest and best good. And this is what I do. I do things for people's highest and best good, and I don't do it based on the wave, the trend, what's popular, okay, what's the new thing, because who wants to be like everybody else? It's boring, okay? So basically your your twin flame here, your divine masculine, they are right now, they're feeling like they're in need of your care, like in need of your presence in terms of you babying them, nurturing them. Basically they want you to mother them, okay? That's what they are feeling right now. For some of you guys, they could be younger than you. For some of you guys, it could go in the direction of karmic. If you have dealt with the unhealed divine masculine, they could have at some point being very immature, okay? And they know this now, and it's kind of hard to deal with somebody that has been immature, especially now that they see you as the queen in their eyes. They realize their faults in this, okay? Now, somebody blocked somebody from this relation to be ferocious, coming to completion. It could be themselves that blocked you, or if it's not physical, spiritually, like, I don't want this connection to be. I'm getting the energy of like, if they were quote unquote karmic, toxic, in the I don't want a commitment era, right? In this journey, things have shifted. They realize that they shouldn't have done what they did, behaved the way they did, but emphasis on them being immature, okay? And yes, collective, this is your twin flame. I know it's quite a hard pill to swallow, but that is the situation here. So we got love. What they want to do and what they want to show is unconditional love. And I also feel like, aside from that, in order for them to feel complete and love, like you are their ultimate source, the epitome of love in their eye. The twin flame connection is a peculiar one, okay, in the eyes of the normies, in the eyes of everybody else that's not in the same journey. I want to say that in the sense of a twin flame connection, if you don't reunite with your twin flame, you will feel like, you know, the whole concept, the whole saying where my other half, I feel empty, I will not be able to find love unless I'm with that specific person. That is the energy and the frequency between the twin flames here, okay? And it's quite sad, it is. But yeah, some of you guys are going to be open to speak to them. Some of you guys will not, because you are still considering them to be a snake in your life. You are still feeling some type of way because if they weren't a snake, they definitely were some sort of competition, which is the worst kind of energy to deal with, especially in love. Why do you want to compete with your lover? Like, make it make sense. But anyways, so if that wasn't the case, for some of them, they could even have become your enemy. Ooh, that's for somebody specific, okay? And for other of you guys, I feel like this is kind of like the standard, which it shouldn't be, but it happens a lot, that they dealt with somebody else and saw you as the other person, the other woman here, okay? And this is why you won't speak to them. I will say this though, they are mortified because right now, all they're talking about, all the buzz is about your divine feminine, okay? That you are their person, okay? And if you are, side note, if you are in a same sex situation, you know what it is. You probably have more feminine energy towards you. I do not discriminate when I do readings, okay? I believe in a few of my readings, I've talked a lot about same-sex couples here and there. So just, that was for somebody specific, okay? Usually I'm very much like, if it's for such and such, then so be it. You guys see it. I mentioned names, gender, appearances, background. You know, I go into details in my readings. So yeah, I just want to say that, okay? Right now, there is a separation. For some of you guys, you will have to separate yourself still because they haven't learned a specific lesson, okay? And for some of you guys, you will probably ask for a new one, like I mentioned in the beginning of the reading here. So for those that do not want a new one and still having a hope for your person, you are going to continue the whole self-love healing journey. This is going to push them to do so because they know that you're waiting and they can feel this energetically, okay? Especially if this also feels very specific, but if somebody lost somebody, like they crossed over, passed away, if you're dealing with a divine masculine that have had somebody passed away, that specific event have revealed something when it comes to your guys' connection, okay? That's very specific as well. I'm getting the energy of like they don't want to play with love anymore because somebody close to them in their family passed away, and this is why they want to come in and do this, okay? They want to propose. So for some of you guys, it's going to be an actual ring, okay? And for some of you guys, it's going to be an engagement where you guys are going to interact. Now, how things will go after that, it's kind of up to you guys, but I will say this, what I'm feeling is that they don't have the time to play with you guys anymore, or play with love, okay? And we can go here, you guys can see it says, working on it. Now, I know I can go by the book and go right, left, but emphasis on working on it. I'm very much on my intuition right now today, so I'm just gonna go with the flow. Okay, 1313 on the clock. Please look that up, as well as angel number 1511. Now, I don't have that by the book in my head, but I'll probably post it in the comments. If not, look it up. There's different symbolisms to it. I personally have my own 2 cents about angel numbers. Those that I know by heart, I go and reveal it to you, and those that I don't, I look it up, right? It's that simple. But I do have a source where I go to when it comes to my specific angel numbers. But yeah, so we got soulmate in reverse, but emphasis on soul connection, partnership, agreement, and soul contract. So when it's upright for me, again, this is all intuitively based. It means that you have a karmic contract or a soul tie. A soul tie is not really a bad thing. It's not in the same vibration as a karmic contract. It's more so like, you know, when you have a difficult time of moving forward or on from somebody. Let me bring in my own example. So for a couple of years, during the time when I've had a interesting hard knock life, okay? I'm not gonna lie, but there was a specific moment, one of many, but this specific moment where I was kind of like it cannot be any deeper than this. So Spirit, God, sent in a helper, okay? And this so-called helper that kind of helped me during that time in that season of my life that was kind of like cray-cray. They energy-wise, it wasn't, I would say this, frequency-wise, it wasn't the one that was in that specific body. Now, it was supposed to just help me during a season. So I would say this, and the reason I say this because if I were to talk to this person in the physical, and I did at some point, their memory would be wiped, okay? Though they do remember things that is fleshly based, but I know I'm going too much deep into this. What I want to say is that at some point and during a long time in my life, I considered them as my twin flame, but they were just a soul tie. And I got that 411 information years down the line, based on clairaudiency. However, God was already showing me who this person was and what took place. I just wasn't ready to let them go, okay? And this is how you create a soul tie. So for some of you guys, if you thought it was a soul tie, it's not. It's good that it's in reverse. That means that whatever link you had to somebody that you had a hard time letting go, that is aka blocking you from progressing and prospering in life, because this specific so-called, what people would say, false twin flame, or I would now refer to as a soul tie and a catalyst, okay, they breached me into a new perspective and level when it comes to my spirituality and my journey, when it comes to what I do now, okay? For me, it made me realize that, okay, you can have connections with people come and go, just like seasons. For you guys, I don't necessarily feel like it's a soul tie, but I do feel like if you thought it was a soul tie, that's going to be broken off. That's going to be cut from your life so you can move forward, okay? There's this saying, you know, there's people that can come into your life and like block your blessings, similar to that, okay? Yeah, I think I've explained it a lot. Whenever I go into a deep dive like this, I have to be mindful so I don't lose my train of thought. But let's continue, okay? For some of you guys, you are going to get married, okay? It's a fact. For the people that you had thought was a soul tie but wasn't, and the reason why things are going to get cut off is because they had to go and venture and become the version that was alignment with becoming your spouse, okay? And from there, you guys are going to get married and things are going to elevate for the better, okay? For a lot of them, soul type peoples, they had inner child issues, okay? They had trauma that they had to deal with, and this is why they couldn't come forward when it comes to you guys' connection, okay? A lot of them had to learn how to love themselves, raise themselves, differentiate between right and wrong. They could not do that, okay? Another example is the perception of what love is. Disorientated love has become the face of real love, and it's sad, but that's the reality of it all, okay? And how people want quick fixes and how people want instant gratification. All of this is a program. Whereas people don't know how it is to feel love, and when they do, they get afraid because that is not their norm. That's not what they're used to. So they have to unlearn that and grow so they can come together and become the version that is, again, alignment with your partnership, okay? I know. Wow, okay. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Let's go. Let's do this. So with that being said, you know, I wanted to make it this all namaste and love and light, because who doesn't love solid, good old positive reading? But I guess I went a little bit too in depth there, which is good though, because at the end of the day, like I'm saying, I don't do things based on love and light. I read duality. Sometimes things can go out good in reading. Sometimes things can go out less good, okay? Go out, come out less good, okay? So there were a lot of hardships, there's no denying, and they know this, okay? They have got the 411, the revelation from Spirit, God, ancestors, Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, Buddha, Muhammad, Allah, you name it. Like, they got the 411 about the hardships that not only pertain to you guys' connection, but also in relation to their part, okay? Because I really do feel, because again, like I mentioned, some of you guys are just gonna be like, the betrayal, the hurt, the fuckery was just too much. They know this now, okay? At the end of the day, we do have free will. Like I mentioned before, some of them was one of the people that played a part in the fuckery that took place in your life. So yeah, and now they're like losing their mind because they're having a hard time processing it. I'm getting the energy as well of like, if they even allow themselves to open their eyes to the reality of what took place, not only what they did, but also what you have been through, aside from what they did and what they, you know, played a part in, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming because when you know it's your person and they out here doing the shenanigans they do, and they know you, like they know the real you, and know that you're a good person, good-hearted, know that you have done everything based on love for them, and they already know that you're going through shit, and they're adding this to the equation of, like, of course, the guilt will eat them up. Of course. Something that just played in my mind right now was like a scene from the Vampire Diaries. Sorry guys, I'm on a different frequency. So like in the Vampire Diaries, when I believe it's Stefan, when he this is such a millennial thing of me, but with Stefan, when he turned off his humanity, or even Elena, everybody else that have been a vampire and they turn off their humanity, because they just been like, they hit rock bottom, right? All of a sudden when they turn it on, all the guilt comes up, and they are like, you know, almost in some sort of like a psychosis, because of the overwhelming feelings here. And like, I'm getting the same energy, like them, because when you switch up your humanity and the Vampire Diaries, and I feel like that's symbolic to when people are non-empathetic, don't have empathy, okay? And all of a sudden, when they come to the conclusion of, I'm gonna feel, it's crippling. It's crippling here. And the same thing in the Vampire Diaries, like, you know, when they turn that on, they feel all the emotions that they try to suppress, and it's kind of like, how do I deal with this? How do I cope, you know? Okay, so I mean, at least we know that you are their queen, okay? And it's a lot of emotional stuff that's going on right now. What else did I want to tell you guys based on the cards? Because I have had a whole TED talk right now. So we got their heart is open, and then we also got if they don't open their hearts, because I feel like some of them they don't have their heart open yet, and I feel like that is symbolic for they're not ready to open up, they're not ready to have the talk, okay? Or you're not ready to have the talk, because remember, I did say some of you guys are just gonna be like, F this shit, I'm out, okay? And that's your prerogative. Now, for those that will have their heart open here for this message, because they're going to open their hearts, these divine masculines here, it's not going to be based on intimacy where it's like they just want to come in to get down to business sexually, consummation. That is not their intention here, okay? So I want to make this very clear for those that is like open for this reunion, this breakdown. Anything else? I think I need to wrap it up because I've been talking so much, bro. we got this card here. I love you, but I'm not in love with you, but it's in reverse. So basically, if you think it's just a season of affection right now, because obviously when somebody opens up their innermost darkest secrets, you know, again, if you've been hurt by them, you will have your suspicions and your guard up, rightfully so, right? They love you, okay? They're in love with you. If they behaved in any way, shape, and form in this, that was a complete lie, okay? It was a complete lie. So yeah, divine feminines and masculines, whomever is watching, this has been your message. I want to thank you guys for tuning. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Okay, I want to do one advice card. We got this one here. Nothing is wasted, but it was in reverse. So this is not for nothing. Okay, for some of you guys, you're still gonna feel, I beg to differ, but I feel like over time, maybe not right after this reading, but maybe like, I don't know, months, years down the line, you might have a change of heart, okay? I am consciously aware of when the pain is so strong and so potent, there's no turning back. But at the end of the day, I just delivered the messages here, guys. You do what you want, okay? Thank you guys for stopping by. As always, until next time.